Have you ever been there? In a room overflowing with laughter? Toasts rising like incense, lights glittering like 1,000 tiny suns. And yet, something inside you goes utterly quiet. You're still there, still smiling, still replying at the right moments. But deep beneath the performance of being fine, you feel like a wayfarer who took a wrong turn, an ancient soul from a distant world, observing an unfamiliar species with curiosity and a thin veil of sorrow. You see what others don't notice. You hear what others skip past. You can perceive the hidden laws of the cosmos and unravel life's most complex equations with an acute wisdom, diamond sharp and uncompromising. And yet, there's a paradox that follows you home each night. Why is it that someone who can understand the world so clearly can still lose themselves in the labyrinth of their own heart? Why do hands that can reach the most profound knowledge begin to tremble when they try to hold another hand? If this feeling has ever kept you awake, wondering what existence is really asking of you, then let me tell you something, gently. You are not broken. You have not been forgotten by destiny, nor erased from your divine blueprint. You are simply carrying a rare code, the vibrational frequency of Life Path 7. Welcome back to Numerology Chronicle, the living archive of numbers. I am your storyteller, and today we open one of the most intimate chapters in the life of those who walk with the frequency of 7. This is not a video of lucky forecasts or shallow predictions. This is a pilgrimage through the misted chambers of the mind to soothe the inner child of sacred solitude that has been quietly residing in your psyche. Because I know, for someone who reveres truth the way you do, the world's casual comfort cannot reach you anymore. You don't need sweet words. You need a revelation. You need to understand why the so-called curse of profound intellect so often arrives hand in hand with the sentence of turbulence in love. And more than that, you need to know how to become a lighthouse that doesn't only shine in beautiful, icy distance, but can also warm another heart. So, loosen your grip. Let the mind unclench. Set your analyses down for a moment. Those logical equations dancing endlessly behind your eyes. Because now, we step toward the fortress you've built around your own essence. To understand why love can feel so difficult for Life Path 7, we must first stand before an invisible mirror. And there, you will begin to see the masks you've worn without realizing. The subtle disguises you've adopted just to survive in a world that often confuses depth with darkness. Look closely into the eyes of yourself in that mirror. Is the first thing you see an allergy to anything superficial? In a world where people can fall in love with a swipe of a screen, or confuse flirtation with intimacy, your ancient soul keeps yearning for something real. You don't need someone to fill silence at dinner. You need someone who can meet you in the deeper chambers of meaning. Someone who can walk beside you into the sacred questions of existence. But this innate depth can make you feel out of place. While others gather around trivial stories, you feel your energy drain, and a longing rises in you to retreat into the sanctuary of stillness. And it is here that an invisible barrier begins to form. Your need for quiet, your devotion to inner space, is often misread by others as coldness, distance, inaccessibility. But only you know the truth. That stillness is your oxygen. A 7 cannot love without being allowed to be themselves inside the necessary solitude of their own inner world. And this is the sacred paradox, the karmic knot of your soul contract. You crave to be deeply understood, and yet you fear the invasion of your private universe. You long for union, and yet you protect your inner temple with unwavering vigilance. And that tension, this push and pull between longing and protection, becomes the first fracture in nearly every relationship you've ever walked through, like hairline cracks in glass, almost invisible at first, until the light hits them, and suddenly, you can't unsee them. And it is precisely in those sacred pockets of stillness, when you withdraw into your private fortress to recharge, that another engine inside you quietly roars to life at full capacity. Your mind, your sharpest instrument, and, in the realm of romance, your most silent adversary. Because the coolness people think they see in you is only the surface layer, the thin outer shell of something far more intense, an inner soul laboratory running day and night, relentlessly. While others fall into love with a pure, almost innocent surrender, Life Path 7 enters love the way a scientist enters a high-risk study. You don't merely love, you decode. You place every word, every glance, every gesture under the microscope of analysis. You dissect promises. You search for fractures in sincerity. And without meaning to, you can turn a relationship, meant to be warmed by presence, into a dry equation of logic. The paradox is this: love, by its very nature, is a beautiful chaos. It needs the breathing room of imperfection to blossom. But the seven mind does not easily allow chaos. You hunger for absolute truth. You fear deception so deeply that you volunteer to become a truth scanner running 24/7. You notice the hairline cracks in someone's character from the very beginning, the things others might need years to discover. And instead of holding those cracks with compassion, as part of being human, you collect them as evidence, whispering to yourself, "This will collapse eventually. It's only a matter of time." This ability to see the ending from the first chapter slowly exhausts you. It's as if you're holding the book of your life in your hands, but rather than savoring the opening pages filled with possibility, you secretly flip to the final chapter, find a sorrowful ending, and decide to close the book immediately. You abandon love not because you cannot love, but because your acute wisdom can already feel the shape of the pain waiting ahead. And yet, the inner torment doesn't stop there. For the most haunting shadow of the seven in love is what I call the curse of the observer. Have you ever noticed, even in the middle of a fierce argument with someone you love, or even inside your warmest embrace, your essence suddenly detaches as if hovering outside your body? One part of you is hurting, trembling, alive, but another part rises above the moment, watching with icy clarity. I'm reacting like this. They're becoming defensive. This conversation is entering a dead end. This split, this inner division, can make your partner feel like they're beside a thinking statue rather than a lover who can truly meet them heart to heart. They cry out for your presence, but you are wandering deeper and deeper into the maze of your own deductions. You have built an inner world so vast, so majestic, so self-contained that when someone tries to enter, they can feel small and lost. And so, after too many failed attempts to reach your heart, they choose to leave. And you remain inside your luminous fortress of intellect, exhaling a bitter sigh. I knew it. In the end, everyone leaves. Do you see the painful loop? Your profound intellect helps you understand the world, but it can also block you from feeling the world. You use logic to decode something that was never meant to be solved, only experienced. But don't turn against yourself yet, because behind those cold analyses, behind that stone wall of intelligence, there is a much deeper reason, a hidden truth about your soul contract, and a spiritual mission woven into your divine blueprint that you may never have been shown, not until now. And right now, I want you to take a deep, deliberate breath and let the weight of those thoughts soften, just a little. Because behind the cold ramparts you've built, behind even the most painful failures in love, nothing has been random. In the chronicles of the soul, no number is ever misplaced, and no wound is without meaning. You see, the sacred solitude you've been carrying is not a sentence handed down by destiny. If we lift our gaze higher, beyond the small everyday fragments of logic, and look from the vantage point of an eternal lifetime, you begin to realize this separation is not punishment. It is an initiation, a hidden grace. Before your ancient soul stepped into this temporary world, it chose the vibrational frequency of number 7, the frequency of the seeker. You chose this path because your soul was mature enough to study one of the most demanding lessons on earth: absolute self-mastery. While so many people search for love like a lifebuoy, something to fill the inner emptiness, something to soothe the fear beneath their skin, you are asked to find the lamp within yourself before you go searching for another light. There is a truth life path 7 often forgets. You are like a lighthouse, standing unwavering in a stormy midnight sea. The mission of a lighthouse is to shine, to guide, not to dissolve into the waves below. If the lighthouse stands too close to everything else, its light becomes obscured, and it forgets what it is. The solitude you feel is the sacred space the universe has prepared for you. So, you won't be swept away by superficial vibrations. So, you can have enough stillness to hear the voice of truth. You struggle in ordinary relationships because your essence is too refined to accept what is hollow. The universe is protecting your light, waiting for a ship courageous enough, deep enough, to recognize the beam from far away and navigate toward the harbor that is truly aligned. But why does this path hurt so much? Because many who carry the 7 frequency are old souls. You've walked through countless lifetimes, carrying echoes of betrayal and memories of being rejected for the very wisdom you held. That razor-sharp analysis you bring into love today is not who you are at your core. It is a protective shell, crafted by your psyche to guard you from ancient wounds. And when you notice your own distance, your apparent coolness, understand this: it may simply be your inner child, trembling quietly, afraid of being abandoned once again. And here is where your deeper mission begins to reveal itself. For Life Path 7, love is not a problem to solve, and it is not a trophy to win. Love is a curriculum in compassion. The universe brings you detours, imperfections, friction, misunderstandings, not to punish you, but to invite you to lower the crown of profound intellect and listen with the heart. Your soul is trying to teach you this. Wisdom without tenderness becomes nothing more than cold crystal. Beautiful, but unable to warm anything it touches. You're given these pains so the heart can soften, so you can learn mercy for the flaws in others and for the flaws in yourself. Sacred solitude teaches you how to love your own being, and relational struggle teaches you how to love the world. And the moment you begin to see love as a path of spiritual evolution, rather than a tool for finding happiness, that is the moment the fortress begins to tremble. And slowly, the first rays of true connection start to appear. But how does that solitary lighthouse find a companion without dimming its own light? How do you open the gates of your inner fortress and still feel safe? The answer is not that you must change your nature. It is that you learn to use your profound intellect to build bridges instead of walls. Once you understand that sacred solitude is part of your evolution, the question is no longer, why am I alone? It becomes, how do I open my heart without fearing that my light will be extinguished? Your ancient soul is not asking you to demolish the fortress you spent a lifetime building. That structure still matters. It protects your purity, your inner temple, your vibrational integrity. What you are being invited to learn now is the art of bridge building. pathways that allow love to enter without injuring the identity of Life Path 7. The first bridge, the courage to be soft. This begins with a kind of bravery you may never have considered, the courage to become tender. You have long believed that wisdom and control are strength, but in the kingdom of love, strength is found in something subtler, the willingness to admit, I don't know. Try just once to loosen the gears of your inner analyst when you stand before the one you love. Instead of searching for logic behind every action, try saying, I feel anxious, or even, I don't know how to explain this feeling. When you allow yourself to be imperfect, you send a message to the universe. I am ready to be loved. And please, don't fear looking foolish, because sincere vulnerability is the only crack wide enough for warmth from another heart to slip into your cool, well-defended fortress. This is not weakness. It is the highest courage. The courage of a mind that has learned to release the ego's grip. The second bridge, a sacred agreement with silence. But I know, even after you open your heart, your deepest fear may still arise, the fear of having your private space invaded. This is where you build the second bridge, a covenant of stillness. Instead of disappearing into your shell in silence, leaving the other person confused, wondering what they did wrong, use your gift with the language to guide them with clarity. Learn to name your needs without apology. Speak about your quiet zone, not as rejection, but as reverence for the relationship itself. The person truly aligned with your frequency will understand. When you need to be alone, you are tending the lighthouse for both of you. So, the light does not flicker out. When your silence is no longer colored by avoidance, but by self-mastery, your love becomes more resilient than any superficial attachment the world calls romance. The final bridge. Choose by frequency, not by checklist. And when you learn to open the gate and protect your inner sanctuary, there is one more refinement. Choose by vibration, not by standards. Life Path 7 often carries a long logical list of requirements for a partner. But the soul does not move through bullet points. Stop searching for someone perfect on paper and begin listening to the resonance of presence. Don't look for someone who only walks beside you in crowded places. Look for the one who can be silent with you beneath the stars. Trust your intuition, that sixth sense the universe gifted to the 7. When you meet someone whose presence does not exhaust you, when your mind no longer feels compelled to analyze, to brace, to defend, that is a sign. You have found a matching frequency field, a space of true alignment. The love meant for you will not force you to choose between intellect and heart. It will be the place where both become one, where wisdom learns tenderness, and tenderness gains depth, until your life transforms from a dry manuscript of survival into a living chronicle, rich with color, meaning, and warmth. Everything is beginning to feel clearer on the road you've been walking. And yet, perhaps what you desire most is still a reply from the universe. Is there truly a missing piece? Someone born to belong beside a solitary lighthouse like you? Come with me into the final chapter of today's chronicle, where we will glimpse the first rays of compatibility and receive an affirmation written into your divine blueprint. And when you are finally ready to release the iron armor, when your heart is brave enough to vibrate instead of analyze, one final question rises within you. Does this world truly hold someone patient enough to walk through the layers of mist and love my stillness? The chronicles of the soul always answer sincere longing. The universe never creates a lighthouse without also sending ships that search for light. There are frequencies born to understand the silence of Life Path 7, to soothe it without demanding explanations. Sometimes, that frequency arrives as Life Path 4. They are like steady earth, grounded, practical, unwavering. While you soar through realms of mystery and metaphysical truth, they keep your feet gently touching the ground with a love that is simple, unadorned, and without demands. They respect your private space because they too understand the sacred value of independence. Beside a 4, your fortress does not have to collapse. It simply finds a stable foundation to rest upon. Or perhaps your counterpart appears as Life Path 9, a soul of great compassion and high ideals. This is the one who can travel with you to the furthest edges of contemplation about humanity without growing weary. With a 9, your depth is not difficult. It is a treasure, meant to be discovered. They love you through empathy, the kind that comes from a being who has also endured many initiations of the soul. And sometimes, destiny surprises you with the wild, liberating current of Life Path 5. They arrive like fresh winds sweeping through the dusty bookshelves of your mind, teaching you to laugh at rigid logic, taking your hand and pulling you out into sunlight to taste the sweetness of what is unplanned. But whatever number your counterpart carries, there is one truth you must remember: true love for life. Path 7 is not someone who tries to fix you. It is someone who chooses to witness you. They stand beside your lighthouse, not to make you dim your light, but to gaze with you at the vast, breathtaking ocean of the night. Oh, beloved 7s. Remember, you are not unlucky in love. You are simply walking a path that requires more refinement and more patience than what most people are willing to cultivate. Never doubt your worth, because your heart has been scraped a few times by the world's superficial vibrations. Those marks, those tiny abrasions, are exactly where the light of wisdom enters, transforming you from someone who merely knows everything into someone who is truly wise. Someone who understands that the summit of intellect is compassion. Before we close today's chronicle, I want you to perform a small ritual with me. Place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. A rhythm that needs no logic, yet sustains your life every single day. And if you feel called, leave a comment below as an affirmation to the universe, so your energy can weave into this community of deep, luminous souls. I use my wisdom to illuminate, and I use my heart to connect. I open myself to love that matches my frequency. I am worthy of being understood. Thank you for gifting me this precious time, for walking with me as we decoded the divine blueprint within you. If this video has helped your heart feel a little lighter, share it as an offering, a lantern passed hand to hand for other Life Path 7 souls who may still be wandering through the mist. And press subscribe so we can meet again in the next chapters of Numerology Chronicle. I will be here with you, continuing to unravel the destiny codes hidden inside the sacred language of numbers. May you find peace within your profound intellect and warmth within love. Until we meet again in the next pages of the Chronicle.